Hey, if you like this content, hit that subscribe button and join us.
Capitalism flop. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Globalist Geographic. I'm up here crouched in a soy boy blind with you, observing the wily SJW in their natural habitat of Twitter, and we're watching one SJW instruct his life partner on how to create and construct a safe space that will protect him from having to hear the opinions of people that he disagrees with on this social media platform. And this is the methodology. Block Geeks and Gamers, that is Jeremy, I agree. Block that Star Wars girl, that's Anna. Block Bleeding Fool. Block One Angry Gamer. Block Gary Nerdrotic. Just run a blockchain on Ethan Van Sciver, and you're probably good to go. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You are listening to me, Ethan Van Sciver, and if you find yourself blocked by assorted weirdo nerds on Twitter, it's probably because you already knew that, you're already following me, you're already a member of this channel, and if not, would you please hit that subscribe button. I'm a 28-year veteran of the broken SJW dominated comic book industry. World's most charming, disarming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Sopranos fan and trusted member of the media. You know, as a trusted member of the media, I've got to give it to you straight. Things are not going to get better, okay? Things are going to get worse in short order. And that's because Marvel Comics is currently watching DC Comics round the media bases, having just denounced Americanism and the American way with Superman, having just announced that Superman's son, Jonathan Kent, half human, half Kryptonian, is now half straight and half gay, and currently in a homosexual relationship with a pink-haired kid named Jay. Some people are theorizing that pink hair is actually pink kryptonite hair product. That's possible. Could be some kind of hair clay of some sort that contains kryptonite. This is just the first step. This is just the latest step. If you've seen my last video about Chuck Dixon, I actually took all of as many as I could find, media announcements of DC Comics superheroes coming out as bisexual or whatever it is, and just piled one on top of another. Normally they spread out these announcements a couple of months in between, but once you see them one after the other, you realize the lunacy of this agenda and the fact that it is an agenda, it's silly, it's ridiculous, when you've got Superman, Robin, Wonder Woman, Aqualad, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, all of them just kind of coming out, Green Lantern, all of them coming out as gay. It is very strange. It's just statistically improbable that there are maybe 50 superheroes in the world and 49 of them are homosexual. But that is part of what's going on right now. I have a theory as to why it's happening, and I will run it past you at the end of this video. It can't just be because, hey, these are SJWs and this is what SJWs do. That's part of it. SJWs are like beavers. They know how to build dams. They know how to chew up trees and build dams. You put those beavers anywhere, that's what they're going to try to do. They have one trick and they use it over and over again. But it's working right now. It's getting DC Comics the kind of attention that they haven't seen since the hey, let's kill all of our character IPs of the 1990s. You know, back in 1993 when they killed Superman, it was an enormous sales event. Enormous. And so they began killing all of their characters, or crippling them, or maiming them, or replacing them. It worked for a little while until they started to realize that they didn't really have any living characters left. And anyway, the fans were no longer being fooled. Yeah, okay, what's going on here? Colossus is dead? Yeah, he was. Well, he was 3 months ago. He's back now. They stopped buying it. It stopped being a big deal. They stopped having to do it. But we are just at the beginning of this trend. It's going to go on for another 5 years, I promise you. Marvel Comics is watching this. They've done their share of LGBTQ swap events as well with their characters. But this is one that they're really pushing for here. This is from Screen Rant, and it's very, very strange. Wolverine's new nemesis would prefer to be his love interest, so this hooded clown here would like to bang Wolverine, I guess. That's the agenda. His name is Solemn, apparently. His romantic interest in Wolverine offers an opportunity for the hero to transcend hypermasculine tropes. He is a hypermasculine trope. Wolverine, that's all he is. There's not a lot else going on there. He is basically testosterone personified with sharp knives on his hands. and reject a gay panic narrative. All right, so this is what this is all about, everyone. The reason why SJWs are involved in this, the reason why they're doing this, and the reason why they're probably complicit with some kind of strange government-funded program, I'll talk about that at the end, is because this is now social engineering. They recognize that people who read these comic books are people who they would like to reach. That's not just comics, it's every hobby right now. This article, this agenda here, that this person is hoping will play out in this Wolverine comic, is to teach little boys how to react should they get hit on by a gay man, or a gay woman, who knows. Gay panic, they're calling that. They're saying, don't panic, this is how you're supposed to react. And they would like to teach you that by taking the most hyper-masculine character in comics and showing how he reacts to having this weirdo come on to him. Let's read this, and I'll show you what I mean. Even though they only recently met, one of Wolverine's newest foes has a burning desire to romantically connect with Logan. Are you kidding me? The whole thing is, I wrote a song in 2010 called Wolverine is Gay. Big, massive hit. Played it all over the place, played it at conventions. And it was funny because it was so improbable. Wolverine is a hirsute Canadian pygmy. He is not really, shouldn't be, the object of gay desire, but that's what was funny about it. Turns out that maybe he is. Maybe that's what... maybe that song brought this whole thing into reality. Who knows? Could be my fault that this is happening. I will definitely take the blame. That Solom wants to jump his opponent's adamantium-laced bones. Hey kids, comics. It's the X-Men. How'd the X-Men theme go? Oh God, it's so depressing. It's an interesting dynamic to this person who wrote this article, and one which sets the stage for fans to see if the age-defying mutant's reaction matches the century he's from, or the one he's living in. I'm going to give you two guesses as to which one it's going to be, and the first one doesn't count. After all, Captain America Steve Rogers grew up in the 1930s, frozen in an ice cube for almost a century. Defrost, and he comes out as Gore Vidal. This guy grows up in the Midwest, good American values, probably a conservative, but for some reason he shows up in 2021 and he is hyper-liberal, radical left, progressive, watches MSNBC and all that stuff. Sure, totally. It's not at all that these characters have no integrity when they're being written by writers who have no personal integrity. It's not as though it couldn't possibly be that these characters will behave and speak exactly the way the writers want them to speak, their politics, their idea, their agenda, and not the way these characters actually would speak were they real people with their own personalities and views, which they've always been presented as in the past. These characters are who they are. You may like them, you may not, but they seem like real people. That's the appeal of comics. Jean Grey is a real person. Scott Summers seems like a real person. So does Logan. They behave the way they behave because they are real characters with true three-dimensional integrity, until SJWs get a hold of them. And that's the number one complaint of modern readers right now, is the way these characters are being handled. They're being handled as mouthpieces of propaganda rather than instruments, characters, and stories. All right, so let me see here. Wolverine has long been presented as Marvel's stereotypical alpha male. Perfect, then. He's the perfect character to utilize for this purpose, right? This is how a stereotypical alpha male would respond to being, propositioned by a gay man. This is how you should. This is all. It's social engineering. All of this is. All right. Yeah, he's had problems with women. Let's go ahead and point out. Oh, how did this happen? Oh, he was interviewed by Emma Frost. Emma Frost realized he really, really wants to f*** Wolverine. Hey, look, there's some of my artwork there. It's Flash and Superman racing. That's just a nice palette cleanser there as we proceed with this. I'm This just starches the energy right out of my soul. It really does when I read this stuff. All right, so anyway, yeah, Wolverine. Wolverine has been shown romantically involved with Hercules in an alternate reality. Okay, he's maybe been in a threesome with Scott Summers and Jean Grey, perhaps, and they boffed on the moon. Here's an image of them sharing Jean, and Scott has his hand on Wolverine's shoulder. Can you imagine? Wolverine wouldn't just shrug his hand off. Of course he would. Anyway, ultimately, Solemn's romantic interest in Wolverine may provide an opportunity for Logan to explore this. I love the word explore. You explore. I mean, theoretically, that means you need rappelling rope. You need one of those helmets with a flashlight on it when you explore something, right? Is that what exploring is? When Tim Drake, Robin, announced that he was bisexual, Twitter had a whole big thing that said Robin explores his sexuality. I mean, this is insane. This just is not superhero comics. This is something else. This is agenda. People are reacting to it. I think normal people are reacting to this appropriately. Like, what is going on? So here we go. It's important. It's essential that however Logan reacts to this, it's essential that it rejects the notion of gay panic. Okay, so there's the agenda here. The agenda is Wolverine is going to show you how to behave here. Either he's going to, look, he fights for inclusion and equality. Hopefully Marvel will use Solemn's interest to show that despite being a masculine archetype, Logan isn't prone to stereotypical prejudices, and neither should you be, or perhaps to even depict him grappling with discomfort some fans might expect, and then growing past it. It's funny to see how short he is in relation. We always say Wolverine. I mean, the character is supposed to be short, but nobody ever really draws him short like this. Anyway, that is the agenda, everyone. That's what's going on in comics right now. You can feel about it however you want, but it's crystal clear that that's what's going on. Now, expect a lot more Marvel characters to come out as gay. DC Comics has moved on. They're now announcing they've moved on into representing trans characters now. So OMAC, One Man Army, is now a trans woman. And also, they just announced that one of the Amazons on Paradise Island, Themyscira, is also trans, which makes absolutely zero sense. I mean, you have to run a gamut of improbabilities and then take something on faith that could ever be the case. I mean, there is literally, that's an island with one gender on it, okay? Just one gender. It's hard to say I was meant to be another gender when there's only one. All right, if you're tired of this, I am too. Check out Comicsgate, comicsgate.org, and look at all of the videos and things that people are making. It's a thriving syndicate, a wonderful community of creators and fans who are creating an alternative industry for comics because we need one. This is my comic book, Cyberfrog. All of the links are in the description below. And you can purchase a copy of Cyberfrog, either back one of my Indiegogo campaigns or go straight to our eBay store. We ship same day, and we definitely appreciate your support. This channel has grown by 1,000 subscribers in the last 2 days. That's you guys. Please accept my thanks. I'm so grateful for that. That is wonderful. If you wouldn't mind, if you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe, hit like, interact with this video. Just write, I watched this video. It was whatever in the comments. I would appreciate that. All interaction helps this channel to grow. So with that, I will bid you adieu, and I will see you. Oh, I was gonna say, what is the reason for all this? I forgot the whole punchline to all this. My suspicion is the reason why all of this is happening, the reason why this is a thing that's being accepted and promoted by Marvel and DC, is that there is probably a government diversity program that is actually financially rewarding them with your tax dollars to promote diversity, promote inclusion, promote these ideas in their comic books. It's another way for these comics to be profitable when they manifestly are not profitable. So that is a theory that I have. I've seen it happen on a smaller scale with librarians and in the filmmaking industry. I think it's happening here too. I will endeavor to find evidence of that And if you guys have any, if you guys have heard anything or can think of any government programs, we should get to the bottom of this. We really should try to make sense of what's going on to our beloved comic book industry. All right, I've been talking for too long. This is already a 15-minute video. Thanks, everyone. I'll be back again later with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey, 08053. And I'll probably open it up on a live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there.